Let's create a project. So file, new, other. So in this you are supposed to create dynamic web project. You are supposed to create dynamic web project under web. I repeat once again, go to file, click on new, select other and select in under web. You have so many options. So you have to navigate through web. Under web folder, you will have dynamic web project. You will have dynamic web project. Click on next. So let's say inventory management system. Inventory management system is a project. Okay. So this is a default location, project location, and this is Tomcat. As I discussed, whenever we create any web application, we have to install the server, Tomcat server. And the way we install the server is we have to go to Chrome, that is website apache.com. Tomcat is a default server that we normally use. So we have to go to apache.org. Is a website which we use in order to install. So you have to go to www dot, let's say google.com.
Okay.
Inside this you give download Tomcat 9 for Eclipse. Tomcat 9. Okay. Install Tomcat 9. So the latest version being this one, Tomcat setup Apache Tomcat. Okay, let us click that. So this is your official website of Tomcat. Now you can install any version, but Java 9 is, I mean, Tomcat 9 is going good. So that you can, let's say, table of contents, Windows. Okay, this is installing through command prompt. All commands are using. This is to work on the command prompt, how to install, etc. Tomcat installing services. Okay, this is, instead of going this way, we will directly use. Okay, this is JDK download if it is not installed, because the prerequisite for Tomcat is Java. So
Okay.
before you install Tomcat, you should have Java installed on your machine and Eclipse installed. Okay, so that is important point. If at all you haven't configured, or if by any chance, if at all you have to reconfigure again, first you are supposed to install Java, and then you install Oracle or MySQL, whatever it is, database, and then finally you install server. Okay, even if you don't install Oracle also, not a problem, but you have to install Java first, Eclipse. The order is first you are supposed to install Java and then Eclipse. Order of installation is first you're supposed to install order of installation. Okay. First you have to configure Java SE. Okay, next, let's say Java SE 8. Next, download first Java SE 8. Download Eclipse. J2EE compatible. J2EE compatible version. Next, download Tomcat. This is the order. Okay. So this is the way you have to install. So visit tomcat.apache.org and select the version Tomcat 9 here. Now you will get Tomcat 9 versions. Zip file, 32-bit zip or 64-bit zip. So you can first install this installer. Once you click on the installer, it will install the Windows service. Then you have to install Tomcat 9. It will give all the instructions. So after successful installation, you get, let's say, C program files. After successful installation, you will get this folder installed, Apache Software Foundation. In Apache Software Foundation, you will get Tomcat 9. Like this, you will get, after successful installation, all the folders, binary and library files. All these binary files and library files. These are all the library files. Okay. And so if this is done successfully, once you create a dynamic web project, it will ask for runtime, target runtime. You have to select new runtime and select Tomcat 9. Okay. Tomcat 9 you have to select. Once it is done successfully, already one is there. So that is why it is giving version 2. Dynamic web module version 4 or 3 you can choose. 3 or 4. 3 is a standard version. Now we are using 4. Web project web module version 4 we are using. All right, so let's click on next. SRC folder. Next. Now it is asking, should we need to generate deployment descriptor? Web.xml is a deployment descriptor. Now what is deployment descriptor? I will discuss. So what is the context that we are using? Inventory management system, web content, and web.xml is a deployment descriptor. Click on finish. Okay, this is open. Now it comes open Java EE perspective. Click on open perspective. Okay, so Indian 1 second, I'll drink some water and come.
Yeah, 100. AJ.
Okay, so we have to create a project, dynamic web project.
Okay.
So once successful creation, we get all these folders created: Java resources, build, and web content. So this is a project hierarchy in Eclipse, and it changes from IDE to IDE. Okay.
Okay.
So if at all it is Eclipse, this is a hierarchy. And if we use my Eclipse, it will be a little bit different. Names will be different. Folder names will be different. And if at all it is um, IntelliJ, it will be different. Folder names will be different, but hierarchy is same. One folder we require for web pages, one folder to have controllers, to store controllers, and the other one is for storing libraries. That is built-in libraries, whatever libraries we use, lib files. Like for Tomcat, it uses Tomcat lib, and for JRE, it uses Java lib. Okay, JRE lib.
Okay.
Right now, let us create a file. Let us create a servlet. Right click on this, right click on SRC folder
Okay.
and say new servlet. Okay. So in this way, you have to select a new servlet. New, right click on SRC folder, say new and select servlet. If at all we want to create a separate package, let's say we want to create all user controllers, let's say, or product controllers. Means business logic. Okay, business logic we will use. Product business logic is a package name, and class name, let's say servlet 1, or let's say calculate. Servlet calculate. Okay, so this is a package name that we use, and this is a servlet calculate. And what is the superclass of the servlet that we are creating? HTTP servlet. We discussed what is HTTP servlet, because we are working on web application, and web applications use HTTP protocol. So we have to encapsulate, or we have to create a servlet which can understand HTTP servlet protocol. So it should be a subclass of HTTP servlet. Is this point clear? Any doubts?
No, I think it started. Yeah, you could. Yeah.
So it should be by default, it will get, you need not select anything. It will get HTTP servlet by default. Okay. So name of the servlet is, if at all you want any description, you can give. Servlet to calculate. Servlet to calculate some bill information, because we are, yeah, calculate bill information or bill total. Okay. Now if it require, now what are initialized parameters, I'll tell later. Now URL mapping. URL mapping is servlet calculate. Whatever name we give, it will be preceded with slash. This is called URL mapping.
Okay.
Whatever name we give, to that name, you will have a slash prepended.
Okay.
Click on next, and then if you see if there are any interfaces, no interfaces we want to add. And what are the methods, default methods that it should support, a servlet should support when it is initially created. What are the default methods? If at all we want a init method or any constructors from superclass, we can include init, destroy, get servlet config, do get service, do post, do put, do delete, do head information. So these have, all these you can use, but most important to handle the request is do get and do post. Do get and do post.
Okay.
We can use either do get or do post. We can use both. Do get is by default. Do get is by default. Okay, so let me click on finish. Okay, so here, now if you say these are the different packages that got imported automatically.
Okay.
IO exception,
Okay.
servlet exception, annotations, web servlet, HTTP servlet, HTTP servlet request, and HTTP servlet response. Okay, so here this is the default servlet that we first servlet that we created, and servlet superclass is HTTP servlet. This is a superclass. So here if you see public class, line number 14, public class servlet calculate extends HTTP servlet. Okay, and this is a annotation. Annotation is nothing but it's a function, predefined function that we use. It is simply saying description, whatever we give description, and URL pattern is this one. At the rate web servlet is an annotation which gives description and servlet mapping, URL mapping, URL patterns. And this is a default variable serial version ID. We can remove this. And this is a constructor. This you can remove. This is also not required. It's a constructor. You can remove this also. And protected void do get and do post. These methods are protected. Means these can be These are not visible outside the package. And within the package also, immediate subclass of servlet calculate is visible. Any class that is a subclass of servlet calculate can see this do get and do post. Other than that, no other classes can view this do get and do post because requests are unique to servlets. Requests are unique to servlet. Okay, that is the reason these methods are designed as protected, or you can say for security reasons they are designed as protected. Now, if you see protected void do get, you can see here HTTP servlet request, HTTP servlet response. Now let us remove this do get, or you can simply comment it. You can simply comment it. So inside HTTP servlet, public class servlet calculate extends HTTP servlet. You have a do get method which takes two parameters, your HTTP servlet request and HTTP servlet response, throws servlet exception and IO exception. Throws servlet exception and IO exception. Now response
No,
dot
no,
get.
no. I think if you give the FA market share report, you will get it.
Sorry, to whom you are talking? Hello. Hello. Hello, Indian. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm available. Sorry. I was in another call also, so I have to answer that. Sorry.
Oh, okay, okay. Right. So public protected void do get HTTP servlet request parameter, HTTP servlet response parameter, throws servlet exception and IO exception. This is mandatory. And we have this response dot get writer. I'll explain this. Okay. So let me remove this also. It's just too much confusing. Later on, we can include all this stuff, comments. So it's a very simple program. Okay. So here, since we have to now we require our data to be displayed in HTML, that is in the browser format, browser understandable or browser compatible format. So we have to get response object dot get writer, response object dot get writer, which is of type print writer. Okay, which is of type print writer. So we have to print writer pw or anything equal to response dot get writer. Now we have to import this print writer class. Okay. Now pw dot, using this pw dot, that is print writer, print HTML. So all HTML syntax you have to pass to this print writer. Now pw dot response dot set content type, set buffer size, set character encoding. These are some methods. Set header, if at all you want to explicitly set some headers. Set locale, you can also set the locale, which locale you want to use. Sets the locale of the response. If the response has not been committed yet, it also sets the responses character encode, different locale, like French, Spanish, like that. Internationalization. Set locale we use when we want to write application for multiple languages. Okay, so here first we will say, as it is an initial program, so you can say set trailer field, reset buffer. So you can set buffers, content length, header, date headers. If at all you want to send a different header like this, you can use setter methods. Now I want to use response dot set content type. Set content type. Okay, set content type is, you have to pass a string which says this. The value is text slash HTML. Okay, now you can use, we are specifying or we are instructing the browser to accept HTML data. Okay, to accept HTML data. So let's say, let us change it to body bg color equal to hello servlet. We want to print hello servlet. Let's close body. Let's close body. Okay, so HTML body, hello servlet, and closing the HTML tag. So this is the basic servlet that we want to test. Okay, so here we have created a servlet and then we put it in a package, product business logic, and servlet calculate.java. Now we have to execute this. Now in order to execute, we require a servlet API. We require servlet API.jar file. Now how to configure those jars? You can see here, we don't have those jar files. Okay, so we are extending, we are using HTTP servlet, and all this servlet API is available in servlet API.jar file. So right click on this and say build path, configure build path. Build path, configure build path, add external jars, and select Tomcat library files, servlet-api.jar file. This file you're supposed to select, servlet-api.jar file. Servlet-api.jar file. Okay, apply.
You have to download that file?
No, once you download Apache Tomcat, it will be available by default.
Okay.
Inside lib folder of Tomcat folder.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Apache Tomcat, C program files, Apache Tomcat lib, and inside
That's
lib
it.
you will find this jar file, and so click on apply and then apply and close.
Okay.
Okay, so first you have to create a dynamic web project. After that you have to create a servlet under src folder. If at all you want, you create a package and then create a servlet. And during creating servlet, you can emit constructors, or you can include constructors or any methods like get, post, delete, etc. And make sure that you put a selection mark at generate deployment descriptor. Okay, you have to select that option. You should make sure. Okay, and after that, you have to configure your build path so that this API is understandable. So for that, you
Okay.
have to include api.jar file, that is servlet-api.jar file should be configured to this particular project. Any doubts on this?
No, I got it. Yeah.
Let me execute this file. Okay, so this is a servlet
Okay.
that we, hello servlet it is.
Servlet is for client server communication, right?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Client server communication in the sense, I didn't get what exactly.
So it can reside on server also, right?
It is residing on server only now.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that's what I want to check it out. Yeah.
Servlet is now executing on the server and sending the result.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Servlet is executed in the Tomcat context inventory management system, and then it is giving a response to the browser, that is
Okay.
HTML. Okay, now here let's see. So you can see here only HTML code.
Okay.
When you click view source, what you can see only HTML code. You cannot see what is running behind.
Okay.
Your servlet is running. That
Okay.
is a major difference between JavaScript frameworks and Java technology.
Servlet. Yeah.
Okay. If at all you use any framework like Bootstrap, Node.js, React.js, Vue.js, AngularJS, anything, you will be able to get the things here. Okay.
Okay.
But that is not the case when you use backend technologies. They reside in the server. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the advantage. And now let's see. Now this is a servlet. Now, for example, you want to include some values. Let's say integer or float, anything. Product name or product price. Float, it should be basically you can declare any data type. Float product price equal to some 500 or 5000. Okay. String product name equal to string name. Let's say you are purchasing a mobile phone. Mobile phone and price. Number of units. Int number of units. Okay, equal to 5. The total price. Total price. Here you can put a calculation. Total price equal to total bill of your products. Total bill of your products. Let's say number of units multiplied by price.
Okay.
Number of units multiplied by price. Total bill of your or else mobile phones. Save this and execute. Yeah, we will re-execute. Browser will not update sometimes, so we have to run again.
Okay.
Run as run on server, Tomcat. Now let us remove these things. Finish. Now, are you sure you want to remove? Yes. Continue without restarting. Okay. So this is the way we create servlets. Again, if you say right click view source, see it simply says what is HTML, that content is displayed. But how you calculated this is not given here.
Okay.
That is where your servlet comes. All your servlets are used to calculate the business logic. Okay. All your servlets are used to calculate your business logic inside the servlet methods. All backend processing will be done by servlets.
Okay.
Shall we stop for the day and continue tomorrow?
Yeah.
Because she has not joined today, Lalita also.
I think morning, yeah, she's maybe waking
Yeah,
up
she
early.
was busy and she was not responding also in the morning.
So
Maybe
even I
a
have
client.
a call. Yeah, I have a client call like at around 8 o'clock. So yeah, I will be joining both the calls only.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I have
Yeah.
3 calls also that same time.
Okay. All
No
right
problem.
then. We'll connect
We
tomorrow at morning
yeah, morning 7 o'clock. Okay. Yeah.
for Java session.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
Can you upload this session also today so that I can take a look immediately?
Yes, I'll upload now.
Yeah. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.